We are live and rolling.
Good
So I had to pull
morning.
the trigger here and finally get going. So
We say good morning, but it's really 10 minutes from good afternoon here, and we're still chilling in bed.
yeah, back in bed multiple
Yeah,
times.
back in bed multiple times. I was up at 7 taking the younger kids to school, and then at 8:30 taking elementary drop off, and then, yeah, right now just lounging. It was a rough night. You can talk about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it was rough. We were up all night with a little one that wanted to have some reassurance that we were here. I guess we've got a 4 and a 6-year-old, our little ones, and our 4-year-old has it. Well, they all have huge hearts,
Hmm.
but and they're all so cool. They're amazing kids. But anyways, Marley, our little sweet girl, she was having a hard time this last week while we were in the hospital, and um, even though she had her cool brother and brother's girlfriend and siblings all stepping up to help uh, comfort and help things keep on going. Um, it was sad for her a couple of times. They called a couple of times, and she just, well, at least once, where she just sat there in the camera, just kind of sad and lost and weepy or whatever. But just missing mom and dad because she doesn't like it when we leave and then don't come back. Whether that's been on a planned vacation or a couple of these hospital stays this last year has been kind of crazy with the cellulitis infections that have been recurring, and whatnot. So uh, it's been rough on her for a few things for her lack of understanding. But anyways,
This is not
um,
on.
hmm?
My mic's not on.
Right on.
It's blinking. What does that mean?
Oh, you know what? It's not even registered up there. So hold on.
I think
I
you
don't know if
guys
it
can
just turned
hear us,
off.
all right?
Yeah,
Let us know if you can't
it'll
hear
just
us, but
make it better if these are on.
it was so sad.
Anyways, yeah, I was gonna take Andrea out on a date, and had planned on uh, getting out there, and
Which was so cute because I was out in the dining room and he was tucking the girls into bed. And he sent me a text that said, "Hey, I'll be there to pick you up in 10 to 15 minutes or whatever." And then we got to rush to the movies. Kind of caught me off guard, but it's cute. I don't think
um,
I said that. I was too preoccupied with Marley being sad. It sucks when you realize how much things are affecting your kids emotionally when they're sad. She was just weeping at the thought of us going on a date and not being here because it was like her little heart could not handle the thought of us not coming back again.
there we
There we are.
unfreeze here for a
That was
second.
not a nice face to be frozen on.
So yeah. Anyways, I was gonna sneak out with Andrea and then ended up not getting to, but it was as I was saying. So Marley had a rough time with the fact that we were gone to the hospital this last week, and a couple of times we've gone on vacation or the work trips and stuff that anything that takes us for a few days. She doesn't like it when we're not coming back home, and she's got to figure out where we're at. So, anyways, last night um, we were trying to get her to go to bed so that we could leave, and then she caught wind of that and kind of started getting anxious and scared, not like in a throwing a fit that no, mommy, daddy, you're leaving, when like that, but like
Mm-mm.
she was just like um, just really just drawn in and
Normally she hates bedtime. She gets bored at bedtime. She's one of the kids that just tries to get out of bedtime. So
Every night.
normally, like, it's normal for her to, like, no, stay, no, please don't leave. I want you to stay in here with me or whatever. So that's normal. What she did last night was not that. It was weeping, and like she wasn't even like looking at me when she started, like,
Yeah, she wasn't like
silently just
begging
had
for us to.
tears running down her cheek. It was like she was trying to be brave and not make a scene, but she was really having panicked thoughts at the thought of us leaving while she was asleep, and then maybe waking up to us not being here or whatever after us being gone.
At one point, Andrea left her room and went to finish getting ready or whatever, I thought, and I could hear like this sad little whimper. I already had talked to our daughter to go in and like rub her back and read a book or whatever, just to comfort her, get her go back to sleep. But like the cry, that it wasn't a cry, it was like a whimper, whatever, that I heard coming from the room. She wasn't like trying to get attention. She wasn't like freaking out or having a little fit. It was just like in her own like anxious dark room corner, sitting on the floor, like
Did you hear that and
metaphorically.
go in there before you saw the text I sent you?
Did what?
Like when I sent you text messages telling you that she was struggling, like, did you hear her crying? Is that why you went in there? Or you
I went in there
because of my text?
No, I went in there because I heard her crying.
Because I had gone in to use the bathroom and I was like, oh no, she's crying again. So I sent you a text message that was like, hey, Marley's feeling really sad. But then when I looked in on the nanny cam thing, you were already in there cuddling her. So sweet.
Yeah, I had already arranged for Quinn to go in there and watch her so that we could ditch out. But then, like, that noise, that little, like, whimper that was coming out, like, there's no way that I could just, like, ignore that. Like, she needed comfort at that time. So I, like, went in there, and even though Quinn went and sat on the bed next to her and like, was doing her thing, and, like, I just told her to come over to me so I could hold her. And so she came over, and I scooped her up and snuggled her in for a little bit, and she just wanted to stay there and eat it up for a minute. But
Yeah,
she was so sweet. And then I told her that, I was like, baby, I promise we're not gonna leave tonight. We're staying here. And like,
this all happened like before she was fully asleep, so it wasn't. Anise is wondering if it was a night terror. It wasn't that. It was like a direct result of her missing us while we were gone at the hospital for several days, and just being scared that if we left, we weren't going to come back. So ever since we got home from the hospital, she's been like every time I leave the room or something, she's like, I want to come with you. I want to come with you. She normally doesn't want to go like everywhere that I go
she's
lately,
independent as heck,
but right now she is. And so, yeah, so when she initially started crying when I was in the room still, I just started hugging her, and I knew why she was crying. And then I said, did you miss mommy and daddy while we were gone at the hospital? And she just, yes. She was so sad. It just like broke my heart to see that it had affected her. But
yeah, it's sad that way. But I think it, like, she just needed reassurance last night. She's usually good with it when we're leaving, and like, that's not like a manipulating thing, I don't think, where she just really felt lost and concerned for a minute. And so
yeah, she wasn't.
yeah, anyways, we comforted her, and then I had to do a pinky promise, her little itty bitty tiny pinky in mine, that we weren't gonna go anywhere. And then
Yeah, and you got to remember, if you saw the picture that I posted after Dan went to the hospital, like when Dan initially fell and broke his leg and called me in a total panic and screaming and crying, and I ran outside, and they followed right behind me, and they were so they saw the scene and they saw Dan in total panic, and it was scary, and it was yeah, just not a good situation. And then they both, the youngest girls, like just laid on Dan's chest and just laid there until the ambulance got there. They're so sweet. Like anytime I'm like sad, or they can see that I'm frustrated or whatever, like yesterday after this big situation we had with one of our kids, like both of them came running into the room and just like threw their arms around me and like held me. They're just sweet girls.
Yeah, they are.
But yeah, they could definitely there's fear there that Anissa was saying. She's probably thinking that something terrible is going to happen to both of you. So
I think.
yeah,
We kind of talked about that too. And either maybe she was in tune with something that something could have happened, that she just felt something in the force of her little spiritual baby brain, and or just had the thought of it. But anyways, that was killed on our date night.
dang kids.
Stupid. Just kidding. So
Oh man.
anyways,
I just posted a video too that we made right before we jumped on the live, talking about parenting fails. If you want to check that out at some point today, or whenever. Yeah, just talking about a situation we had yesterday where both of us like lost our cool and just ended up saying things that we regretted and getting in a way too heated of moment and apologizing to our kid. Anyways, parenting's hard, man. There's so many situations thrown at you that you just don't know how to deal with, or you're not in the right mind to deal with, or you're losing patience, or just, man, in the situation yesterday, even like paused around the corner from where our kid was that was having an issue, and like took a deep breath and was like determined to not let it get to me. And next thing I know, I'm in there screaming. So
I remember this one time. It reminds me of, I said that, but when I was in law enforcement, gosh dang, I showed up on scene afterwards, and the crew was already there, my supervisor and stuff, dealing with this dude that was drunk and just wanting to call everybody, every name in the book, and call on the whole world. But I was just like watching in amusement, and then I like started to go towards it a little bit because he was getting loud and crazy, and my lieutenant's like, "Oh, no, Dan, don't go over there." It's like, "No, it's okay, I'm all right." I was like, "It's amusing." And then I went over there, and then he like started in on me, and within about 10 seconds of that, I was like, "Okay, dude, turn around, you're gonna go to jail." And like it was all sorts of crazy disorderly and waking up the whole neighborhood, and he took off running for his house. It was funny, but everyone caught him just inside his door, and it was funny. But the way that it all went down, my lieutenant was all afterwards, he was just like, "See," like, I don't know, it's just like you try to be all composed and stuff, but we're all human, like in every level, and just deal with those emotions. Like, I don't know.
yeah, it can definitely get hard sometimes to deal with.
I mean, somebody else saying they broke their legs skiing, just barely.
Zoe Piper says I broke my leg skiing. Sorry. No good. Broken bones are not fun, man. What a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Dan, how how like,
Hopefully that'll work.
Hopefully we're back.
Blackout.
All right.
Hopefully that'll work.
Hopefully we're back.
Blackout. Gosh.
I've got it. There we go. All right. It's back.
My throat's still all extra yucky from the breathing tube. I'm almost all better. It's like they just really worked it in there. Dang.
I'm just gonna wipe this off real quick.
Oh, my greasy hand probably was on it. Your
So,
pinky promise. Yeah. Yeah, she knows what a pinky promise is. So she's, yeah, we know when it's serious. She knows that pinky promise is going to stick. So,
but what I was starting to say before it froze was that, like, especially because Dan has had cellulitis in this leg the whole entire year, back and on and off, back and forth. The fact that he now has like a new femur hardware in there that could potentially get infected if the cellulitis infection came back, and the thought of potential blood clots, all the things, it just makes like every single thing, like every time Dan looks at his leg or every time I look at his leg, it just seems like there's anxiety and panic, and we have to like talk ourselves off a cliff, because how do you know when to go to the hospital and when not to? It's like super swollen, but that's normal. But last night it was super warm, and I'm like, that is not good. I don't think it feels super hot. And then
and I
today
already
his toes
convinced
are super
myself that it was
purple.
fine. And so then I like second guessing. And
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, it's a dumb game. Yeah. And then had the home health people do the wound care for my little owies on my toes and stuff. And like, all of a sudden that made it like all the toes that he put a little bandage on like went extra purple. So I'm like, what the crap? Am I allergic to that? Or I don't know. It's ugly. I don't like I used to have a big, good man booty, and like before feet was a thing, like I had I even thought I had such nice feet all the time.
Before feet was a thing. Are
Yeah.
you talking about like
Like
foot
people
fetishes?
with foot fetishes and like all the jokes about that. Like
That's funny.
I always thought, dang, I got pretty nice feet especially for a man, but and I don't have a butt anymore. It sucks. So, anyways, Anessa, I saw a couple of your comments on there about the parenting stuff, like with the nightlight. We've got one in there, and music stuff. She has like her, it's a noise machine, and it has 30 different noises, but she has like her favorite noise on there. Let's see, who's asking a question? If you're asking something and we
So he's
skip
saying,
it,
I broke it in 2020. I was in a cast for a long time and a long process, but I did not see a question, but that's what the comment was.
did you get my chat?
I just looked through everything. It's not, I think she just wanted to, she was answering our question. That she broke her leg skiing in 2020.
If you have a question and it's not getting answered and you want something specific or whatever, like do a super chat and it stands out, and then we won't miss it, I promise. It flags up super obvious and whatever in here. Guys, look at Andrea's hair. She wakes up with it like that. It's like so pretty.
Yeah.
Like
It's a
the
constant
movies.
struggle, because it's like, this is like, I haven't washed it in 2 days, and then I put dry shampoo in it, and then it like has more body and is full, but then it feels like all gross and tangled, but it looks better than it ever does. It's a battle. I wash it,
Anyways.
it looks flat and gross, but anyways.
I wish I understood all these different languages. Sorry. No comprende, but that's not even a comprende. That's somebody else talking.
It's not even a comprende.
Or maybe
In
it
other
is.
news, we started the carnivore diet yesterday as per urging of
Zoe
one of
said
our
you were
followers.
leaving. Sorry. Bye. Have a good day. If I didn't answer your question, throw it in right now. I'm watching to see if I missed something. But oh, hey.
Yeah, so somebody, who was it? Was it Tony, or was it someone? I can't remember who it was that was suggesting the carnivore diet, but we also have a good friend who has been on it for quite some time, over a year now, and it's like reversed his diabetes and heart problems and gotten him off all his medications and everything. So I'm not too sure.
And he walks too. So maybe if I keep doing it, I'll walk. And
Yeah. And he's like 20 years older, so maybe you'll get older if you do it.
Yeah, maybe not.
Anyways,
High.
yeah, supposedly it reverses
You
MS
guys
too,
are
but
twinning. Oh, I know.
yeah, we
huh?
are. Punched it in the face. I always
Weird.
still dance t-shirts to sleep in, so yep, still in my PJs. If you're just tuning in, we had a rough night.
Yeah, broken femur. What's up, Stormbringer? So
Yeah,
it
dude.
was a
Where have
nasty.
you been? It's been a rough few
It was a
days.
nasty break. Pull up a picture on your thingy. Do you have your phone there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like it's called a spiral fracture. So like in the middle part of my leg, my femur, it was like just this big nasty twisted stupid break. It just looks like it like scoops around crazy, but that's the broken part. So when it broke and I went to try to straighten my leg out on the ground, like I could feel like the bone kind of like crunching as I tried to like straighten it up.
This is after the surgery.
Yeah. See, what do you say there? Stormbringer says, "What the heck? I've been working in the mountains this week. No internet. Is that the same fracture? Oh, is the same fracture I had? Well, don't tell everybody. We used those pictures. Just kidding. Yeah, it was lame, and yeah, and it was gross because yeah, I went to straighten it out, and then like my knee was like one way and my foot was another way, and like it was just painful. Everybody's like, "Wait, you still hurt?" You know, with the paralysis, everybody wonders. Like, I still have sensation in there, and like I have that. Mine was tubal. It was my. I didn't see what that was again, Zoe. But, anyways, it was a nasty little break, and then they had to put it into traction while I was sitting on the ground, and
Not comfortable. Can we sit
You
the
want-
bed up a little bit more?
yeah, you want to move a pillow behind you too. You don't have like behind you. Or like scoot that over into a spot that'll work.
I gotta get more comfy here. Okay. Yeah, it's been a rough few days. Dan called me on the phone. I had been in bed kind of sick for a day and a half, and Dan called me in a total panic, screaming and crying and saying, "Get out here, please, just come out front, just come out as fast as you can." And I thought for sure that he had like run over one of the kids. It was not a good feeling. And then
I just had a dumb break, like mental breakdown. It's
yeah, it
been
was
such
like-
a stupid year.
it was like the last straw because he knew. He heard a loud pop and he knew exactly what had happened. And that's like, you know, in our minds, it was going to be like a 6 to 8 month recovery and casts and surgery. And like, you just think of all the things. And as you guys know, most of you know, he's like the next surgery is supposed to be his shoulder surgery, which is already a huge deal and something we're not looking forward to. And so, yeah, he was in a total panic and I ran outside. The little girls followed me out and I had to like snap him out of it and tell him to calm down because he was freaking the girls out. I'm like, "Okay, gotta pull it together." So then I called an ambulance and they came and hauled him off. Waited a couple days in the hospital before the surgeon was on duty.
Yeah, it was lame.
And then, yeah, it was the whole thing. We've done a couple of videos and lives about it if you want to catch up. Stormbringer. But, yeah. The crazy thing, miraculous thing is that he doesn't have a cast. He just has a few bandages on a few small incisions that have stitches. And business as usual besides the swelling and the, you know, extra pain that he's experiencing. But as far as like movement, being able to function, being able to transfer in and out of his chair, all the things, like it's like he's pretty much good. So
Dang. Yeah, good time, Stormbringer. Sorry about that. Having to Stormbringer's having to fix a water meter at home. Somebody's trying to fix it all. And then Anessa, yeah, God's trying to tell you. I don't know what God's trying to tell you, but there's obviously something.
Yeah.
It didn't just happen for no reason.
We actually, every time something like this happens, the main thought that I always get coming through my head, which I feel like is probably the Spirit telling me, is that we need to slow down or like get our priorities straight, make sure that we're like stopping to think about what's really important. And this time there was like a really heavy emphasis in my mind on like making sure that we're reading our scriptures as a couple and as a family, and really focusing on making sure that we're teaching our kids the gospel in our home. Like you guys know that we're God-loving people, and we go to
It's
church
always-
every Sunday, and our kids go to their youth activities every week, and
It's always, yeah, sorry.
we're really involved in our faith. But it's like we let the little things slide that day after day after day.
You
When those
stuff in
things slide,
daily
it's
life
gonna
too
make
fast. Yeah.
it's gonna make a huge difference for our kids when we know all too well that they leave the home way too fast, and we need to make sure that foundation in Christ is there for them. Like that's what I
It's,
felt was one of the purposes of this.
It's always a huge reminder when I'm in the hospital, like seeing the slew of prayers and thoughts and stuff, and like it always, I'm like humbled, like when I'm in the hospital anyways. It's like all of a sudden you're not tough enough to handle things on your own, and you're like at the mercy of whatever ailment and needing people. And I don't know, it puts you into, for me, it puts me in a place where I'm like reading all the thoughts and prayers, and it gives me a chance to get more in tune spiritually, and kind of buck up and get a big refill of that. And yeah, it's definitely helpful. Like as an odd outcome of it, but
Well, it just makes you realize, because we are seriously always like so stressed and busy and have a to-do list 700 miles long.
yeah. But then when we're in the
and all
hospital,
the kids
it's like,
and everything.
fine.
Yeah, then something like this happens, and it just like puts a halt on all of the mundane things that we think are so important. And it just makes you realize, like, oh, we just took Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and didn't do any of the things that were so important that we were stressing about on Friday before this happened. And life went on, and things are fine. And like
Yeah.
nothing, like it just makes you put things into perspective, especially the times when Dan's been like way too close to dying. It's just like, okay, like we need to slow down and not feel like we have to get all the things done in one day.
Yeah. Like Crafty Cat says, Dan the man and Andrea, family, I love you guys. Hang in there. Better days are coming. We'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers. What was I? Oh, I'm gonna say, don't let the devil steal your joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot in that too. I think there's always the idea to present fear, because like fear is of the devil, and it's like a reoccurring thing to like be in the hospital where you should be. For a minute, it does get so like fearful and like, holy crap, dreaded everything, and then like, I don't know, the other side hits where it's like, okay, man, like look at all these people with all these things and thoughts, and it makes me more prayerful. And then when I'm more prayerful, like I feel like connected, and I think there's way more power in scripture and reading scripture and like saying your prayers than we could ever give credit.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
I don't know, like I need to do it. It dials you in on a different level. So even if it's just like self-awareness and focus, like if you're not, like I'm looking at it like trying to explain to somebody that doesn't maybe believe necessarily in a higher power, but like if you're praying and giving your mental focus and gratitude and need for direction or help, like just bringing it out front and addressing it and voicing it and feeling it, it's gonna give you a chance to do that. I don't know, but it's just a thought on there. Let's see. But anybody else have any questions or thoughts on any of this stuff? Feel free to throw it out there.
And Nisa says, I have to admit that I am that way as well. I am Miss Go-Go Gadget, and I feel as though I want to be fast and do things without taking into consideration what I'm here for. Yeah, it's true. That's true. And I think actually just allowing yourselves to be in the scriptures for a few minutes a day helps you slow that down and helps you put things in perspective and helps you like prioritize the things that are the most important on your never ending to-do list. I know that like I started reading my scriptures again like a couple months ago and have been like hit and miss, but I did it really good for like 2 weeks. And I felt like every single day during those days, like it wasn't a question on like normally we're thinking like, okay, what should we do? We have all these things to do. What's the most important? What should we prioritize? What should we do? And I feel like on the days that I had read my scriptures, like I just like the thing that was most important just came top of mind and it wasn't like a question and it was like, all right, let's do that. And then I felt like all the other things just like took a back seat and I didn't have to worry about them.
Yeah, see, I think something like that, like even just the it's more than that, but like that self-awareness of those things.
And it's like,
Gives you a
why is that
chance to do
so
it.
hard when you know it's like so simple to spend 20, 30 minutes, even 10 minutes in the scriptures. And it seems like it's so simple and you know the huge impact it has on your day and on your life in general. But like Satan makes it seem like it's like the biggest deal. Like, oh, I don't have time for that. I have so many things to do. Like,
I was speaking of scriptures and stuff, way off topic. I'm like way over here. Woo. Yesterday I was like online and came across this scientific thing or whatever, where they were like talking about the spot in the Red Sea. If you ever heard of the Bible story about the splitting of the Red Sea and walking on dry ground as Moses took all these people and from Pharaoh and whatever, and had Pharaoh's armies chasing behind, and like supposedly the Red Sea split and they walked through, and well, Egyptologists and all these specialists and people that are of the world that don't want to ever admit to anything, spiritually significant, have been like really trying to keep a lid on, I guess, small little personal accounts that people have had in that area talking about things in the ocean on the floor that seem to represent that. But finally a big crew of millions of dollars worth of equipment went out there, and this was posted like 5 days ago, so it really seems like it's pretty recent and has millions of views now. But it was cool. They went down there and they found like there's like one section where it's only like 900 feet deep, and then it drops off to like miles deeper than that on both sides of this like straight path that goes through. So it's like this elevated spot, and then on that spot that goes all the way across, it's like a 1.5 mile spot or something, is like littered with old chariot wheels and chariots and horse bones and people bones and all sorts of crazy stuff. It was so crazy. It was so cool to see that and like actually see them and realize that that's like 900 feet down, and like, I don't know, such a powerful thing to come across. Like, holy crap. So anyways, they're talking about how that's upsetting a lot of scientists and stuff that obviously would much rather that not be a thing. But anyways, it's cool. Way off subject.
Chris Don says,
That's
as soon as you
Stefan.
start getting more into the Lord, the more the devil will try and steal that from you.
Always.
Pray before you even step out of bed, or the demons will make your thoughts for you. Amen. Yes, amen on that. I definitely agree. Stefan wants to know where are you from, bro?
Well, I'm over here in Utah. I grew up in kind of like you hear of Salt Lake City, Utah. I was just north of that in North Salt Lake. It's like Bountiful. It's a nice little area to have grown up mainly. And then in 2000, I moved out here to the Ogden side of things. But anyways,
Yeah.
anybody have any other questions and stuff you want to throw out here? You're from the Netherlands, dude.
Nederlanden.
How is that?
It's beautiful there.
I really, really want to be there. I'm going to check it out. What?
I'm laughing
Giggly
at
gif.
you. Said you really want to be there.
Yeah. Can I go to the Netherlands or not? Is that what you meant to say? If it's a wheelchair question, as far as being able to go there, I don't know. Is there other people there in wheelchairs, and like how's the accessibility stuff? I don't know. It's so crazy. Like when we went to South Africa,
We didn't go
or
to South
not South Africa. What the freak?
Ethiopia
Ethiopia, but
and Egypt.
it's in South Africa.
No, South
No.
Africa is its own country.
Hold on.
That's like the second time I've heard you
Africa.
say that. Yeah, it's it's on the African continent.
There, that's where I'm at. So, anyways, when we were there, gosh, my mindset just went off. But like, you can see that, like, as a culture, like worldwide, there's obviously been a lot of changes in accessibility mindset, even out there where it's like dirt floors and like donkey carts and mixed with taxis and whatever. But some of the hotels we stayed at, normally they'd have like stairs and stuff, but they just take like half of the stairs and like pour cement over it, so it's like steep, like steep, but it's a ramp, so
That was so bad.
it's accessible. Or like the one place we stayed in when we finally made it up all these little tiny, huge, steep hills to get into our room. Like the entrance into the bathroom was too skinny for a wheelchair to fit. That was crazy. But anyways,
Good times. That
yeah.
was such a cool trip.
so yeah, tell me about the Netherlands.
So he also wants to know what your favorite car is.
My favorite car.
What's your dream car is the question.
My dream car. Jeez. Oh, man. I don't know. Because, like, I like the Fast and Furious mindset. So, like, there's a couple of
Just be
really
honest,
amazing
it's a
cars.
minivan.
Yeah, it's a minivan. There's a couple of exotic cars. Like, I don't know. Some of them wouldn't even be allowed in the country, but so I'd probably say like some sort of a Lamborghini would be cool. But even the Corvette now is like pretty insane. I have an old 2002 Corvette that I've modified a bunch on and stuff, so I enjoy that. But then I also like bigger cars too. So I saw that Caterpillar and John Deere, like my friends at John Deere, riding lawnmower people like Green John Deere, that they built a truck and it looks freaking awesome. Like it's like this big old macho, like I swear it's a transformer, but it's super cool. Same with the Caterpillar one. It'd be cool to just, I like to have something that's different than anybody else's. Like even any car or bike that I've ever had, I always have to change something so it's not a normal thing.
Yeah.
But anyways, so some sort of one of my exotic dream cars, depending on, it all depends also on if I can like make it work and use it. You heard a rumor about a John Deere? Dude, you need to look into it, Anessa. It's like, it is a really cool truck. See if you can pull it up on your phone, see if it Googles.
Wait, what was that? K-pop Demon Hunters. Oh, thought I was going to
Squirrel.
talk about the second one.
Brazil.
Who has seen K-pop Demon Hunters?
Didn't
I know
that
a
they were
lot of
gonna
you
make that.
don't have kids in the K-pop Demon Hunter age bracket, but it's a great film anyways.
You know what? Off topic,
John Deere truck.
and I don't know, obviously it pertains because it's my leg, but the leg that I broke, I keep on realizing that it's
Bright
like,
green.
huh?
It's bright green.
Yeah, but you gotta find there's one that's like all beefed out looking, and none of those, so. But anyways, with my leg, I've been noticing that the last few days that I haven't even really mentioned it to Andrea, but there's like more portions in the day where the pain, even my normal nerve pain, feels more just like calm. Normally it's like always like hitting and hard, and
I wonder if it's because of a muscle relaxer.
I only took one of those the first night.
Oh.
So, yeah, I don't know exactly if it's just all the swelling has it kind of like distracted or something, but it's been crazy to like feel almost at peace or comforted right now. Like, that's what brought it up right now, is I went to move the camera stand and like it's on my leg, and stood out to me that it was like really just, I don't know how to, it feels like it's like wrapped in this, it feels like it's like wrapped in something soft and warm instead of like zapping and hard and like annoying. It still has like a little nerve pain thing to it, but it's not the same as normal, so it's really weird.
I guess baby girl's on her way back home. She didn't want to stay too long.
Well, that's silly.
So we should probably, it's late. We got to get on with the day.
Yeah, we got lots of stuff to do.
If you want to hear more chats about our parenting flaws and stuff, check out the video we posted right before we came on live.
Also comment
It's
some
just
of
a bunch
your
of rambling,
stuff that
but-
are fun.
Yeah,
Or-
we'd love any tips you've got in the comments over there on that video.
Or if you have thoughts of things that you'd like to hear us talk about or share or show more often, like, let me know.
Tamika Boyd says, I love you guys so much. I think of your short videos. Thanks. Yeah, we got to get going. We haven't even eaten, and
Don't know what to
I'm
eat
so
today.
tired. It was such a rough night.
Thanks, Vanessa. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
You don't know what to eat. I know. The life of a man. I've already got like a whole menu in my head prepared and what I have to do to make food. I don't even know what we should eat.
Dang.
It's all good.
I got all sorts of stuff I want to go fix and work on outside.
Yeah, I know. It's just, that's why I said it's all good. There's different roles.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right. You guys have a good
We're gonna
day.
end
Be
this
blessed.
before little mama gets home.
Remember to like and subscribe and share and help with the growth and support. Keep this thing growing and going strong. Those of you who can and want to help support, we do have the membership stuff on there too. In fact, maybe in a little bit, I'm going to do a members only live thing. And just while I'm outside working on something, but
You're not going to have time to do that today.
that's what they say. we'll see. I have a car ride to go on all the way to Salt Lake.
Okay.
They can chill with me on that.
Alrighty.
So something. Okay. Love you guys. Appreciate it.
All right.
And we're gonna go get it done. Stefan, you guys have a great day and get older. Keep on going. Life gets good.